Okie dokie. So, we're gonna try something a little different today, see how it feels. I've had this idea in mind of turning this either into a video script or turning it into like some kind of Substack article or something, and I was like, you know, maybe we just do it as a live presentation on Twitch. Okay, and then I guess that's the thing is, how hard is it? Because that's really the question. Is just taking the idea. Yeah, because I had some. I was trying to organize like some more. Because I have all these fun little projects, but I was like, okay, can I do a topic that revolves around like the game that I want to make and stuff too? But I had this kind of dumb idea for a thing. So then how hard is it to turn it into a presentation and then do the presentation to make that into some kind of quick video? Okay, first things first. Can I get my obnoxious orange background? Well, I have it for the stream. And then can I also make that into a template? Because as much as I want to get back into game development, I also want to promote the things I make, so let's work on that a little bit too. Yeah, just like the dumb dad blasted mother flippin' clips that GGBot, save GGBot keeps giving me, and yet I don't use them. And then the question is always like, where did I put the background? Who flippin' knows? Let's just listen to some Honey again. This is a band that has like hardly any songs out, and yet I'm like, yep, let's just leave every single song on loop. They do have a few songs out in other places with other people, and that's the thing, is finding those, because the SoundCloud does not have them. Okay, so I doubt I called it like orange background or something, as useful as that would be. Stream background, aha. So then can I slap this on here? I can. And then in the middle, please. And then blow it out to the right size. If you would. Okay, now we do that centered. There we go. Okay, now I want to put you to the background. There we go. That does not make for a good background, does it? I think it works okay as a stream. It's probably a little bright. It's probably a little obnoxious. I just like orange, bruh. Oh, wait. So because I had another one of these that I did like a quick talk with friends at one point. And not that one. That's the one I already have open. This one I did the orange, the white, right? Which isn't too bad. I tried Clover Pit and got to the last deadline and lost with 545 out of the 12k coins. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at. I did good enough to beat the first 3 rounds, and then that last round for getting to the end, I was like, not even close. Okay, so the question is, does this work as a background? And I did just kind of a gray here. And I think if I look at like Because I know David Shapiro has done some of the, like, here's me talking over a PowerPoint. And I believe he just did kind of like a gray. Oh. This is a AI podcast. No. Yeah, there we go. So he just does a gray background with white text. So it's entirely usable as an idea. Not that I necessarily want to copy this, but... Okay, and then the other one was... Yeah, okay, I just kind of skipped over it, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure the game's not Clover Pit 5445, but... okay. Okay, now what I really wanted to see was Adam C. Eunice, yeah. Because he also does the... So what does he do for backgrounds? Oh, he's at 200,000 subscribers off of... Well, these are pixel art tutorials, right? Yeah, capture your pixel art tutorial. I was gonna say, that's squares. Oh no, I didn't realize how, I didn't mean to... Oh, this is not... This is something else. He's done the... It's a different kind of tutorial. I know he's done the... Unless he's changed the format. Because I haven't watched this stuff in a while. So, no, this is not... This is just him talking while he messes with the sprite. I thought there was versions. I guess he hasn't posted a lot, because I'm like, I don't think I've watched stuff in a while, but... Yeah, apparently that did very good for his channel. That was just him doing some design with... I thought he had ones where he was talking over some kind of slides of a thing. That's just the Twitch channel, which I guess has some purple in the background. It's not really a slideshow, though. It's really just kind of a question of... That's just too obnoxious. As much as I love my little squares here. Now, is this too obnoxious is the question. It looks okay. Oh wait, how about we just look at it? What is... What are the basic Google Slides options? Oh, so I can make a template here pretty easily too. Okay. Lots of dark ones, lots of light ones. I like that. It's just kind of random shapes and graphs. Okay, and it's going back to that kind of dark, like I did here. I feel like there's got to be... some kind of... It just feels too simple. Like I want some kind of uniqueness to it a little bit. I don't know of something simple and easy I can add to... Well, and these aren't actually background things. These are just things that are on the on here that are theming it that way. It's just geometric shapes. Oh no, whoopsie daisies. No whoopsie daisies. It's not what I wanted. No whoopsie daisies. Oh, well, there's something that does the obnoxious orange. No, it's theming. Now go back to what you had. Where's the other thingamabob? What the heck? What the heck? So not theming, not... Dadgummit. I'm just gonna do since I was just trying to see what the thing was. No, you saved it! That's probably a good thing, but it's not actually what I wanted. I didn't see how I got to that menu. Or what it was actually called specifically. Do I think a full Minecraft killer is possible? Well, and that's what I was gonna get into as part of the talk here, but at the end of it saying killing another game is just an unproductive way to think, but because of, you know, titling and stuff, I figured that's a good idea. But in terms of, do I think something could actually make more money than Minecraft? That I do think is possible. I think it's highly improbable, but I like to think that there is, you know, all of game design has not been found, and that there is something that could gross more. And then also part of it saying, like, you know, is something like Grand Theft Auto 6 gonna do it, or is something else gonna do it? Is part of what the idea was. Yeah, okay, so this, in terms of putting this presentation together, is gonna take a little longer. Is this gonna tell me what this looks like? No? Or you'll tell me what that looks like. Okay. None of these are super helpful. I just feel like this is a bit too simple, and I want to spice it up somehow. I don't know. What sort of GDC talks are there? Like, what have people done for GDC talks? Because that's, I think, essentially what I want to do, is just mini GDC talks. And then I guess graduate to actual GDC talks? That seems ballsy, but, you know, free content. So how about, I guess just one of these? Yeah, you agree the future is unpredictable. There could always be one thought that no one has thought of just around the corner. Yeah, like I said, I think it's gonna be hard. It's Minecraft is absolutely massive. That's what the actual slides look like? Okay, I could probably... So maybe I just make sure it's brand colors and call it good. But this is a bit obnoxious. And I think even a white with a... Can you do a drop shadow in sheets easily, is the question. Here... And can I do the pixel font? I don't think it's a great idea just for readability. But that's, you know, it hits brand for sure. What did I do for this one? Okay, I guess I just did the basic Arial. Okay. Yeah, it just seems like it's too much going on in the background, and then they're just out of curiosity, was there a drop shadow? Could easily be added. But I am getting a little silly with this too, in terms of yeah, there is basically like, oh, blue ocean, you gotta find an audience outside of people, so let's find animals, because all animals love balls and stuff, and like, oh, this is all squares, you could do higher dimensional, so higher dimensional beings could so I do want to get a little silly with it too, but yeah, that's the thing, is how many of these ideas do I have? And the answer's like, not a ton, but we'll see. I did have the idea earlier today of like, if I just figure out what feature I'm trying to make for the game, and then how can I relate that to some kind of insight into making games. Okay. Yes, this is not awful, but I feel like I could spice it up just a little bit. The background's too much, so I don't even know what this brand color is. I really should. Because this is the darker version. I have like the darker version and the lighter version, and I don't know what either of them are. What the hell is this? Oh, it's in my notes. Okay. So, is there an easy way to add a drop shadow is the question. Which, I think that's a quick Google. For Google Slides. Makes sense. Okay. Google. Man, I still have... Oh, I guess I can't even... Are they still around? I guess I could see how many of those demos I still have. Because I downloaded some more where I was like, maybe? And then... I don't know if they could take it down immediately. Guess it depends on the dev. Okay, so Google Slides drop shadow. Is that easily done? Jeez. you gotta scroll this far down to actually get to anything that's useful. Possibly. Okay, format options, and then select drop shadow. Okay, so now here, format options, drop shadow. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty easy to add a drop shadow, which I guess definitely fits with branding stuff, but especially Minecraft is a game that's so versatile that it itself has partially become a game engine in itself thanks to modding and plugins and recent updates becoming more accessible with data packets becoming more powerful. Well, and that is another idea. I think the idea here, at least title-wise, of every game is a live service, I think works kinda as a title, but I don't entirely know how to, that was definitely a little more in its infancy, but that's kind of in that idea of, Roblox is a game and a game engine, and Minecraft definitely fits that, every game is a platform. Or at least if you're trying to make something that's gonna compete with Minecraft, or if you're just trying to make, a really big game, it needs to be a platform, and not just a game. That's kind of, like I said, every game is sort of a platform now. Every game is sort of a live service, even when you're like, oh, I'm not updating it or anything, but that doesn't mean somebody can't just continue to play the game and then get really good at it and do speedrunning and do, there we go, text color, geez. Should that be a different color? Probably. If I do my middle of the road basic gray, is that too much? That does not work. I think full white doesn't work either, so just give me the off-white. Maybe off-white, but a little more. Yeah, there's so many communities in Minecraft alone that it would become really difficult to surpass. It would almost have to be a true everything game that is also accessible then enough that everyone is able to more or less easily do so. And I think that's something like Roblox. I don't know if I put that on here, but that is also why I wanted to do this kind of on stream, is to also source ideas as well. But yeah, here was the basic idea as to what am I considering a killer of Minecraft, and then what's already kind of competing for it. So something like Roblox should be on here as well. And then the first idea being like, oh, well, a sequel to Minecraft again. Or something like, because I know Fortnite, and then like Magic, and then Magic, or Super Smash Bros. All those have done pretty well with crossovers. But yeah, I wanted to definitely have a slide that's just Minecraft doesn't have the balls. Like I said, it's sort of Trojan horsing my plunk game in here as like, maybe that'll be the that could take the it's supposed to be silly. I don't think the idea of killing Minecraft is useful, but this should be fun to put together, and then we'll see how well it goes for like a presentation. What's this now? I'm trying to figure out some way to do some more YouTube content in a way that's quicker and faster for me to make. So I'm trying to do, I had an idea for a fun little thing here of, I didn't know if I wanted to do it as a email thing or like a scripted video or something. So I'm trying to do like, well, if I just do it as a quick presentation on Twitch. So we'll see. But I have some points to go through, and then I was trying to get, trying to figure out some kind of template to use here. So, how to make a Minecraft killer? Figure out Ray marching. Well, that's the one of those ones that I was gonna push back here, is like the sequel, is that like, oh, you could do bigger and more voxels, and but I think what makes Minecraft work is the fact that it is simple. So I think the fact of like making it prettier, adding more voxels and stuff is actually antithetical. But that's, y'all keep asking me questions, and I'm still putting the thing together. But that's also kind of why I wanted to make it a roguelike. That is because this is Trojan horsing the Plunk game into there, and that Plunk I want to do as a roguelike. So, oh yeah, like Noida, yeah, or wait, does Terraria? Terraria is not roguelike exactly, is it? I know it's a go kill the big bosses or whatnot, but okay. But the question is, does this work as a background, or I don't know? Give me another GDC talk or something, just to see if there's any others that. Okay, yeah, Roblox still requires Lua scripting. I can only imagine a game that has an AI for helping you create what you want to give you accessibility has. Yeah. I mean, and that's something I would not do with this Plunk game. I would not try to do like a full-on, here's a coding language and stuff, but making it moddable and stuff. Well, and probably more like the ability to do some kind of it. Well, and it's because I'm making some sort of marble machine, technically. And I know this, like with Minecraft, you can make like a whole computer inside of Minecraft. And that's kind of the direction I would want to head, is there's enough options that you could go insane with it if you really wanted to. Okay, so this is somebody who actually did like a red and blue background. I mean, I guess if I wanted to do Splunk as the theming, could I just kind of take it? So can I do just a camera that's just pointed at the blocks and then do that as the background? Okay, so give me the game running. Oh, yeah, I need to shrink the number of cubes that are in here too, because it lags out on the phone. I also don't know if it's a collision issue, as if it's like the blocks, or what's, because all the blocks have physics and are colliding with each other. If that's also causing an issue. Okay, rotate you that away. I want to scoot you over just a smidge. This is not really working. Okay, and hide the UI. Let's see if that is this anything? Okay, I lied. Give me this back and then say eraser. Oh, did I? So it's not working. None of the inputs are working. It's all broken and on the floor. Okay, gee, thanks. Great. Yeah, okay, next best demos. That's definitely what I got slowed down by a bit. Oh, yeah. How did Next Fest go? I'll just steal other people's questions. Oh, wait, no, you're here. Yeah, it's just for me. I never know how, what people want to talk about, so I just kind of wait for somebody to volunteer what they actually want to talk about. That's the main camera. This is just another random camera. Okay. But would this work as a background? The answer's looking increasingly like no. This just looks kind of awkward. But I definitely had fun with Replicat in the showcase. And it was fun to jump from... Oh, my friend, my coworker, he sent me a message on Discord that he put 9 hours into my card is better than your card. 15 on her wish list seems pretty good. And a chunk of reviews and stuff. That's cool. That's not working as a background, is it? Let's zoom in some more. That's a bunch of nothing. Okay, well. See, but that has some kind of color. I feel like I'm going to use this as a... I don't know, I was looking at the other David Shapiro one, and he just has a gray background. I don't know. Oh, talked a lot with the devs for my card is better than your card. Yeah, no, I was surprised because I was like, I had fun with it and I'm looking forward to playing the game, but to see, hey, got sucked into it for 9 hours. It's like, wow. Okay, so that's specifically black and white. With just some images and stuff. Yeah, so essentially if I'm trying to do little mini GDC talks, I guess this... I keep thinking that I'm popping open extra tabs and stuff, but... Yeah, open to bundling in the future with you. That's cool. Well, I know they have their make your own card mechanic, so I could see a Replicat slotting in there pretty easy. Is this... Oh, I guess not a free talk? I thought I clicked on the free content. There we go, free content. Why did it not come up with a little hand or anything? Oh, this is somebody from Ubisoft who did just a white background? Well, this is also telling me that it's just some pictures. I guess the text is man, okay, so if I want to do just little mini GDC showcases, this seems like it's actually possible to do fairly quickly. This looks more like a talk or a podcast. Should be good to go back through some of these, but oh, they played Ball X Pit. I think they just called it Ball Pit, but they said X in there. Yeah, that was one of those ones that it looked self-explanatory enough that I was like, no, we're not gonna do a demo. Oh, Matt Cox did a... Okay, that's not free. I wanted the free ones. I thought I clicked on the free ones, you goof. Okay, that's a darker background with white text. I kind of like that, but I don't know. Because I could do either my orange branding or I could do like I did with this one, with kind of the darker background. I feel like I want to switch out the text too to make it more thematic. I mean, this isn't really that big of a deal. Yeah, but it's also like if I could figure out a nice template to use, then I could use it. Yeah, and this was just too much. I feel like it works okay for the stream, but it's too much for you. I guess I could make it more subtle. Is also the thing. I don't know, this orange might just be a little obnoxious too. And like a darker colors. Better. So, and then what font would I want to do? Yeah, this looks more readable to me. I just feel like there's just some kind of theming I could do to this. Where did I... Oh wait, not on this one. It didn't add the image? I thought it was gonna add an image. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. That's clearly too small, but because I know what I have for my stream stuff is oh, it's not a thing I can just open? Ugh, no, none of these. I just wanted to open one of these. But I put a border on that. I put a black border on that, so I'm like, I wonder if that's something I could do. Okay. Because I think it looks nicer. At least it's the branding thing. It's like if I can add some kind of my own brand quickly in the background. Oh, is this two different talks on top of each other? Possibly. And because that's the other thing, it's like I was thinking possibly the pixel font, but that's, I don't know that that looks. Okay, give me the sans serif. I like the sans serif better. It's not bad. I do like a just kind of chunky. Impact. It's probably a bit much. Yeah, it's a bit much. Oswald. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think I like the Oswald better, actually. It's nice and round. I do like my round. Even with all my squares. Rounded squares. That's kind of the brand here. Which is why I'm like, okay, if I can just kind of add some kind of dark shadow to it to make it look like a rounded square, maybe. Okay, and I lied. Maybe bring back this color, which it's probably a default, like, template color, but we shall see. So, background color. Yeah, it's probably like that, but just to make sure. Okay. Is Oswald bold? I guess that doesn't need to be bold. Just Oswald. Semi-bold? Medium? Normal? Just medium? Sure, how about medium? No, it's not awesome. Oh, Nunito. We'll do that then. Okay, medium. There we go, okay. I guess I could do... We're talking pixel fonts, I could do... Basically have my own pixel font here, but I don't know that that's the cleanest necessarily. Those are all capitalized anyway. No, we'll stick with a font that I know is in fact readable. Okay, I don't need the format options. I don't know. It's like I want to add my brand here. My brand is the orange squares with the rounded, at least for like my stream headers. Oh, I guess I do have black with like some kind of orange border here too. Yeah, I could do something akin to that too, because I do like that sort of vaguely neon. So, is it just a square, I guess? Aha, rounded rectangle. What the hell am I supposed to do with all this salt in my words? Can I change the rounding on this? What the hell am I supposed to do? Oh, it's salt. No, okay, it's... Can I change the rounding is the question. I want to make it a little pointier. This is a bit much. Okay, throw in the background. Just to see. I want to actually work on the flippin' presentation here. Where's the move to background option? Order. There we go. Send it to back, not send back. Send to back. This send forward? What do you mean send backward? I literally picked the same color? Oh. Okay, well, this was supposed to be... How do I change the color of the shape, too? This is really not going anywhere, is it? It's border color. Okay, the border color I want to do is my orange. And then the here I want to do as that. That didn't that didn't do it at all. Gee, thanks. So how do I modify this rectangle is the question. In terms of the actual rectangle, not just the image. Ooh, there it is. How do I make it fiok? Is that a bowling? Is that a... That's not that. Okay. Okay, but I found this at least. And then I can shrink it in a little bit. That'll make it a little more visible, but that doesn't answer the question as to... I want to thicken it is the question. Format options? No, this is formatting the image, not formatting the stuff in the image. Because this looks like it's formatting the... Oh, shoot, that's the rounding of the rectangle. I like that. Where's the... Dang it. Is that one of those things of like you can only do it when you create the shape? Shapes. So I make one of these. So that's the rounding on it. And then can animate it. I know there's a lot you could do with it. I guess this isn't PowerPoint, but so I don't know if there's a major difference here, but well, and actually I think I'm gonna go grab the restroom real quick. I will be back. Okay. So this is, I think, almost something. If I could just figure out. I just want to make this border a little bigger, ideally. And it doesn't appear to be related to font sizes, which makes sense in some way, but also. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. that is the size of the image, not the size of the things in the image. This, why does it have one of the things, but not actually the other thing? And then when I insert a shape, it's always when you want to do just some slight minor modification. Uh-oh. Now you're asking for too much. So if I do just a rectangle, there's gotta be a way to change the thickness of the rectangle, right? It just seems like it'd be kind of useless if you couldn't. But I don't, okay, this is another, we're gonna go to Google about the Google slides. Okay, rectangle thickness. Okay, there's a video about it. There's a Google Docs helper thing. The border weight is what you want, okay. That, again, feels like it should be pretty obvious, and yeah. Okay, there we go. Make it nice and thick for now. That's too much. Okay, so you. Okay, and then we put it actually back up to the edges. Where's that gonna, yeah, that's gonna go off the edge. But is that what I want or no? Because if I go into presentation mode, that's gonna cut it off. So view, slideshow. That just looks wonky as heck. So I lied. Can I make it thicker and then put the rectangle in the corners? Okay, now I need you to fully fill in the thing. Nope, that's still not it. You're very close though. Yeah, then I gotta blow it up to insane. Give me like 18 or something, right? That's text. So no. But I can see the little corners there, and if I go to view presentation, slideshow. No, you can see them. You can see the little corners there. Is that gonna matter to anybody but me? Not really, no, but... Okay, so then we make this slightly bigger. Yeah, but I want it to line up. Okay, I guess we just do slightly bigger, and then say center it. Center on page horizontally, center on page vertically. And then can I shrink the border weight or no? Aha, I can. How much shrinked can I get it? Actually, I think I like it a little thicker. There we go. And then this still has that drop shadow on it, right? Okay, so now if I go to view, Wow, it does not work at all. This is not entirely what I was looking for. This looks kind of neat, I think, but blowing it up, that doesn't work at all. Okay, so... Oh, wait, the background. What if I just change the background color? That's the obvious answer. Okay. Where is the background? Background. I want to change the background color to the orange, actually. Okay, then when I go to the rectangle, I can shrink it to whatever size I want. Because, yeah, it's just going to... Okay. So then we do... Put you up in the corner. Drag you out to... There. Did you seriously make it bigger than the edges? Whatever. If you bought Polybridge 3 right now, it would cost 10. If you buy both Polybridge and 2, it would cost less. Yeah. Huh. Well, it seems like there's an obvious answer there, but I guess if you only need the one, and that's how they get you. Well, okay, now this is not one of those scenarios where it's like it's a little bit more to get both things. It's literally less to get both. Is hilarious. Okay, so does that work? If I do like that, you're only gonna pick up games, right? I guess you're not gonna pick up the full screen. Because I have, oh, that's that. And then this one. But I think I did, yeah, okay. Despite the fact that I said don't do that, I did it anyway. So, does that work? Kinda, sorta, maybe? And now I'm thinking, oh, it looks kinda plain. It's not supposed to look crazy. Okay, let's just call that good. And actually make the flippin' presentation. So this took me an hour to mess with the flippin' border. Yeah, I knew. It's just, I was really hoping I could actually make an attempt at doing the thing. But no, I guess not. Okay, so how do I turn a thing into like a theme? Import theme. Let's make a theme. Okay, so what I want to do is change the background to that orange. And then I want to copy this shape. Copy it. And paste it. And then send to back. There we go. And then you should be white text. That's border color. Text color, please. Oh, there's so many different color options. Okay. So white text. And then what did I do for this? It was like a off gray, I think. I think it was that one. I don't know if that necessarily needs to continue, but okay. And then I did Nito, and I did normal or medium. Maybe I should do. Well, okay, that's the title. So we'll do normal there. So normal. Okay, so now if I do something like this, where it's let's see how much I can fit on here. And probably want to capitalize that. Well, that's more like one of those ones I would want to do like here. So copy and then paste that. And then get rid of this. Delete it. Just delete it. There we go. And then put you in the middle. There. And then we put the words Minecraft doesn't have the balls. I want this to be one of those impactful, like, chapter breaks, essentially. That's not what I wanted. You didn't want to keep the 50-point Nunito? Okay. Why is it at the bottom? Okay. So that's... Could capitalize all of it. There we go. Okay, but the ideas that I wanted to get here was, what is a killer? In terms of what do I mean by what is a Minecraft killer? This is gonna take me a whole session just to figure out the presentation. Not even the bugger off. There we go. Okay, then probably want to do like 3 bullet points here. And in terms of the 3 bullet points, being highest grossing, most impactful, instead of cultural cachet is a little much, so most impactful. Which again is probably going to need some finesse in terms of what does that mean exactly. And then bullet points. So the highest grossing. Okay, so now that I'm actually getting into making this, hopefully this doesn't take too long. Although that is going to be the question as to how long does it take to make one of these. Because ideally, like I said, if I can crank out my own little mini GDC talks and throw them onto YouTube, maybe then I will actually have content on a place that can be seen instead of... Let's just do random clips on YouTube Shorts, or let's just do clips on Twitch, which I don't do either of those anymore at this point because I just spend all day driving. Actually, this might be its own slide there. And then I don't know that I have a third thing here. Because then I could break it into highest grossing and say highest grossing is actually... So let me duplicate this and do... Because then you could do what do you mean by highest grossing, and then here I'm thinking most impactful, and then I can add that stuff that I was putting there. Which this I was proud of enough that I was like, I could almost break that into its own thing too. It's just like, what is, you know, how do you make a cult, not a cult hit, but how do you make the most impactful game? Oh, bugger off. Okay. There we go. Okay, but the idea is you draw somebody in with an appealing game based on the graphics and how the game moves and feels and stuff. Then when they actually play the gameplay isn't accessible enough to keep them playing, and then memorable being after you play the game. Yeah, draw the player in, keep the player in, keep the player thinking. I don't know, these are also like, I should bold those or something and make them a little easier to see. Okay, well, I feel like I need to expand on that one a little, at least visually. Let's see, and is there any other, because it feels like the rule of threes. All I have is just if it made a lot of money and if people talk about the game. But is there any other metric that which you could say is like a Minecraft killer most impactful game? Which I don't know, I guess there's something like the idea of like telling your own stories or like mods or user generated content or something. Oh wait, it's been an hour, hasn't it? I'm gonna sit for a bit. Although until Pagorli tells me to stand up, I just see the name go by and stream avatars and I'm like, oh, put the desk down. You're gonna stand up, you're gonna swap. Is that a new standing desk or a, or I guess you could be on your phone too. Or just using the standing desk. I know I get more use out of this electric standing desk. The fact that I can just hit a button and it goes up and down is one of those. I removed one of the bits of friction and it's so much more usable. Okay. Let's just fill in some of the other stuff before I get around to like a third, like what is a killer slide. Okay, and then we paste it again to then do here for what is already competing for the crown. Actually, do one of these title screens as the, you know, what is a killer? Like that. And then center it. Or is there just extra space here that's... Why do you look like you're huge? Yeah, I'm like, just take up the space that you need to take up, not anything else, you goof. There. Oh, that's why. Okay, it is pushed to the bottom. I wanted to, yeah. I want it to be in the middle. And then center on page. Both. Where's the, it's horizontal and vertical. Where's the both? Unless that. Now that you're standing, you could do some, finally do some stand-up comedy. That's how that works. I mean, I think it's a helpful component of stand-up comedy to be actually standing. Now, I think there's the other big part of it is telling jokes. Maybe. I don't know. You could probably get away with not telling jokes as a stand-up comedian. As long as people are laughing, as long as people are entertained, I guess you don't necessarily need jokes. There's been some confrontational comedians. Okay, and then this one, I want to be... so then here is the next section. And that section is what is already competing for the crown. Yeah, okay, well at least I did double check that it took me, it did in fact take me about an hour to get to this point. Okay, and then here is competition. Wow, I didn't spell any of that right. Competition. Okay, and then in this case, the current competition being best-selling, highest grossing, most streamed. Well, okay, I think I need to actually figure out what some of those games are in that list. But I might grab that. Gosh dang it, why do you have to do this every time? At least I know how to just paste it in there in a way that it actually works, but I have to remember to press more buttons rather than the one button. So you weren't actually gonna regale us with some stand-up comedy? I was all ready. I was primed and ready to laugh at some jokes here. I'm all sitting and focused. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know what I would want to call the next section here after the competition. So then this is, because this is kind of like solutions, or like, you know, what's possible. So what's already competing for the crown, and then what is... Something like that? I don't know. That's not necessarily what I want to use, but again, I like to do a first draft that turns into a final draft, so we'll see. Well, you mentioned that you could do some stand-up comedy. Yeah, that you finally could do some stand-up comedy, but... I don't know if I expected you to come up with jokes, but, You have an opportunity. The floor is yours. The stage is now yours. Oh, there's a stand-up comedy game. And it's like fairly cheap too. I know Donkey did a video about it a while back, and that's how I knew. Yeah, Comedy Night. And I think it actually did do okay. Okay, it's mostly positive. But I know it is amateur comedian. Yeah, nobody's funny. Game's not worth it. Yeah, exactly. And then the game became a safe haven for a bunch of people that really don't need a safe space. Yeah, stand-up comedy would be intimidating to me. I think it's because it comes with the expectation of jokes that are funny. Like, streaming is energetic for me because it's like nobody knows what the heck I'm doing, so I can kind of do whatever I want. But if nobody knows what the heck you're doing when you're doing stand-up comedy, that doesn't necessarily fly. Okay. I mean, but it could. There are some people that would be okay with listening to some amateur stand-up comedy, but I think a lot of people want actual funny jokes and stuff. Man, I know Max Fosh did the, like, let me tell jokes that kids wrote, and actually did that as a full stand-up comedy set, and it was like, that's insane. I think I'd be so tense just telling jokes that I had written, let alone jokes that I know aren't gonna hit that audience. That would be crazy. Okay, so then this is... So what might be coming? And that's a sequel. And then my personal theory as to... so Minecraft 2 being bigger world and more voxels. God, balls. Oh, bugger off. Okay, there we go. Minecraft 2. And then more voxels. And I think simplicity is actually the point of Minecraft, though. So. Yeah, it's stressful enough to just talk to a group of people And then trying to tell jokes while having the attention of the entire group. Yeah, that that killed my... There was a podcast I listened to for quite a long time. And then I went to a live show. And they were, you know, asking for, hey, does anybody have a live riddle that they want to tell or something? So I came up with something that I had, and just got tore into by by the two guys there. They just weren't having any of what I was doing for the riddle. I mean, I did do something that was arguably not the easiest, in which it was like, what's the longest word where you can take out each letter and still have, or you could take out a letter from the word and still have a word. Even there, I fumbled the explanation of it. But yeah, it didn't necessarily work well for a live show, so I just got immediately eviscerated and didn't listen to the podcast ever again. It's hilarious to me, because she's, like, I think the only person on my Patreon. Like, somehow found my Patreon and is still part of it. Probably because of a disastrous live show. But yeah, my poor telling of a riddle completely deflated the energy in the room. Luckily, I think I was second to last person, so it wasn't for very long, but it was still like, it just did not feel good. It's like, yep, no, I don't think I'm gonna listen to this anymore. It's just kind of improv comedy nonsense, so it's not like it was a story that I'm missing out on, but... Although I know there are a few stand-up comedians that have said, like, oh, I went to my first stand-up show, completely bombed, didn't go back for years to do it again. Yeah, I definitely like improv over, like, strict stand-up comedy, but... Yeah, I still have this shirt. There's still a part of me that wonders, like, maybe one day I'll go back and listen to some Hey Riddle at some point. But after just a complete, utter obliteration at a live show, it's like, maybe it'll be a while. It's already been years at this point. That was 2022. And in the fall, I think. So it's coming up at 3 years since I just completely bombed on mic. So, I'm completely distracted here. There we go. Okay, it's what makes Minecraft work. So, do I want to separate that into its own slide or just do this? Go ram it. Yeah, and then you get rid of my formatting, which makes sense, but... I guess that's the other thing too, is like, it would probably take me longer to go like, okay, this is an idea I came up with today. How long would it take me to, yeah, because I might still want to source like some pictures or something for this too, so. Okay, and then crossovers is the other idea for something big. No, dadgummit. Do I think a crossover could take down Minecraft? No, because I think the crossover is its own brand. I know the... Is the Final Fantasy Magic set, like, breaking records? I feel like it's... At least people are excited about it. Do they have sales? I thought this was like a record-breaking thing. Yeah, it's already the best-selling set in history. Yeah, top 10 selling. Magic revenue increased 45% with the growth of tabletop and MTG. Oh, it was a Polygon article. I haven't read Polygon in forever. I know they also just got bought up by somebody to where that also didn't. Bell-bearing hunter bosses terrorizing Elden Ring, Night Ring players. I'm like, I've played barely any of the game, but I was getting beat up by this guy. I feel like this has to be an old article. Oh boy, is it gonna lag out for me just closing a website? Goodness. Okay, but it is doing well. But again, I don't know that a crossover is enough to take down Minecraft, but that's something to mention, is that yeah, because it's one of those things of like, okay, if Minecraft is in itself a juggernaut, could you combine it to smaller brands to then take over? But I don't think. What do I mean by bigger world in Minecraft too? This is kind of like the like No Man's Sky kind of thing, where it's like, oh, there's a whole bunch of worlds, there's a bunch of biomes and stuff. There's a whole bunch of, you know, it's even more infinite. But yeah, some of it's more voxels is also what I was meaning by bigger world. Is a more detailed world as well. The two options being like more biomes, more mobs, more. But I mean, and that's what I say here, is that it's already being updated, so it's already getting it's in terms of for like Minecraft and then into a sequel, they're already adding stuff that wouldn't have gone into the sequel because it's already getting updated to the original game. So, but yeah, the two ideas there being like more biomes, and then here being more detail and more voxels. But oh, because I know Cortex Command 3, that was one of the trailers that was yeah, I never played Cortex Command, but they have been working on their micro voxel engine for so long. No, you don't want to give me the trailer for. Okay, Addo montage. They just did some videos recently. Yeah, there we go. I was like, I don't know if that was the video I was watching, but. Yeah, there we go. That's the one I was watching. Oh wow, you can't. YouTube isn't even loading the video. It's too fancy. Yeah, but this is using their. There we go. There's their microvoxel technique, where you can see it's leaving ruts in the ground, and then they'll like spend some time to blow the cars into pieces. But I think something like this is super cool, but I don't think that a more detailed version. But yeah, in terms of how many people have watched this trailer, 1,000. But it's cool that we're finally getting a voxel game that has like all sorts of like tiny voxels and kind of insane tech. Because it feels like there's been a lot of those. Was it Lind or Lin? No, Lin. But there's been a few of those voxel engines that have not really... Yeah, there we go. Oh, John Lin, with an H. Yeah, more dimension is a reasonable way to heavily increase the world size. That would be less the world size and more world amount. Yeah. And like I said, that was the two dimensions that I meant, was more detail and more stuff. That's really what it is, just more stuff. So I guess maybe not bigger world, but, you know, more biomes. I don't know, bigger world sounds good enough, but... Yeah, 4 years ago, showed off this cool voxel engine and then just disappeared. I think he has one more experiment that he put on. Yeah, 2023. Had one experiment that he was doing. But that kind of neat voxel engine just ditched it completely. Okay. Hopefully, I can at least just get this presentation put together. Even if I can't get to the point of actually doing it. Or I could maybe work on a thumbnail. Because that was the other thing, is if I could try to do that. Okay, this is the brand combination, which was crossovers. A la Fortnite, a la Magic, a la Super Smash Bros. But I think, yeah, you have to have an established brand before crossing over. So a crossover is its own brand. Like I have it must have. And then, me personally, I think a crossover is its own brand. I know they've done, what is it, like Sonic Racing Crossworlds? Sonic Crossworlds? Which is interesting to me that they did Sonic as the like title character, despite the fact that there's also other Sega characters. So it's a Sonic game with extra characters as opposed to like a Sega game. But I also think that would sell better. I do think just making it a Sonic game with extra characters would sell better than making it a Sega game. And that idea is just kind of weird to me, that it's like you want to sell the fact that there's other characters. The best way to do it is to still have a title character and side characters as opposed to like a bunch of characters competing for the thing. And that is something like Super Smash Bros. Is that it's, you know, Smash Bros. Is the brand as opposed to like Mario and Friends. Okay, so this is the power of branding. So that was that. Yeah, this is the one part that I don't know where I want to put that exactly. That might be more like after I say Minecraft doesn't have the balls. Because this is the like competition. So I define what the heck I'm talking about with a Minecraft killer. Then I say, okay, what is the competition for what's already coming for the crown? What might be coming? And then say, here's my idea. Minecraft doesn't have the balls. And then do branding and stuff. Because I do think there needs to be a section on branding. In terms of like, Minecraft is able to sell a movie just based on the fact that there was Jack Black saying chicken jockey. There was just a, you know, like there's a creeper, there's things that look like they're from Minecraft, and then people went and said, oh yeah, sure, I want to go see that because it looks like it's Minecraft. It's something like a creeper, like what in the heck even is a creeper? Okay, we'll keep the title there. What the hell am I supposed to do? With all this salt in my wounds. Dumb dad blasted mother flippin' thing. I really was hoping this would be like a single day, a single evening thing. And that answer is gonna be like, I don't know, maybe? Didn't know about the microvoxel thing, and it's a thing to keep your eye on. So looking it up, saw that Voxel plugin had a new video on their channel 2 weeks ago. That's neat. Yeah, no, I've been very excited about the Addo montage thing. Because they've shown off some cool stuff, like, oh, here's an entire, like, heart in super detail. And they're doing, like, a web page, where you could just share a web page, and then people who could screw around with it. It's kind of crazy, too. But this has been, like, I think a decade of solid work for them to get it to this point. I think the fact that they went for, like, you could just share a web page to share these different things is insane to me. It's really cool that they got it to the point that you can just, like, look at a web page to mess with it, but... Wow, that looks very AI. Yeah, it's always about the earn. Make, publish, and earn from interactive experiences. That just sounds exhausting to me. I wanted to make a game in an engine, but the idea of like, oh, I want to play this just to earn from it just sounds exhausting. Okay, so... Okay, can I... Maybe we just blow this up in terms of size of these? Well, I don't know, I kind of want to... Oh my goodness. Space these out. There we go. But it's really just to say Minecraft doesn't have a lot of motion, and if you could... Okay, then my kind of silly answer. That's the thing, it's not a fully silly answer, it's just a kind of silly answer. And then we say, okay... Gosh dang it. Okay, killing another game is unproductive. Well, okay, I guess it's... It's, do I really think something could take down Minecraft? Well, that was the two questions. Was do I think something could kill Minecraft, or oh yeah, there is. Okay, thank you for catching that typo. Okay, that was it there too. And then I should do a... Well, there's one more thing of... Oh wait, I have that slide here, right? Or is that just... kinda. Okay, so that's follow. I guess follow for more is really what that should be. Because who knows if I'm going to stick with it. No, I'm very excited about this project, despite the fact that I continue to not work on it. Okay, it's really just a matter of centering. Where was the center button again? There we go, there's the secondary outline. And then this is... What do I have on my business card? It's got email, my website, my link tree. My link tree is probably fine here. Oh wait, I have that QR code though, right? Yeah, it's probably a little iffy to throw a QR code at the end of the thing. Sure. I guess I could just do @gnomeable, but that's not necessarily true. I don't know if I show up. Actually, wait. If I look up my name, what comes up? Is it me or is it... Oh, hell yeah. It's my Twitch at least. And my YouTube. And my Game Jolt? That's the third link? Is Game Jolt? And it takes a village. Really? Vtuber? I made this and they didn't do anything with it. Grupo Broda? What even is that? I know this is Linktree, but what in the heck is that thing there? Okay, but apparently I did a good job of, so I guess just let's do an @gnomeable. I guess technically it's gnomeable on Twitter, right? It's the one problem with the name. It's not easy to say. It's unique, at least, but it's not easy to say. Okay, I wanted to copy the idea of this thing. There we go. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. There we go. @gnomeable. And then I'm like, I want to make it a clickable link. I'm like, if I'm gonna do this as a video, you're not gonna have an ability to click on it. Okay, yeah, there's a third thing I wanted to add there. Yeah, okay, but like competition here. So it'd be Grand Theft Auto 6. Okay, so hopefully I can throw together some images here and then I love the fact that it's a love story. The fact fact that one of the world's biggest games is using romance as a selling point. Will it let me save the image as a thing? Ooh, it will let me just save it as a JPEG. Okay. GTA 6 logo. I'm not gonna do Roman numerals. It's too goofy. Not a fan of Roman numerals. That can get slapped on there somewhere. Let's see, and Sully Gnome should be able to say. Although that one's a little iffy because just chatting is the most streamed thing as opposed to a game. But so like as of right now, what is the most streamed game of this current moment? Most watched. I guess most streamed, most watched, but it's the most watched game. Counter-Strike. Oh, under Grand Theft Auto. How about? But that was in the last week. It was Counter-Strike over Grand Theft Auto in the last week. Last year, Grand Theft Auto. And the League and Valorant and Counter-Strike. These are similar. These are pretty dang similar games. And the fact that they're both like so high up. And I found it so slow to play. It's wild to me that people love watching this. When it's like whack-a-mole. It's just a jack-in-the-box. You stand in a corner and wait for somebody's head to walk in front of your crosshairs. And that's what's the most watched thing. Or one of the most watched things. It's insanity to me. Okay, well, in terms of... It's Grand Theft Auto is the secondary thing here. But I guess I could look at the League. Okay, well, what was in the past week was... Oh yeah, Counter-Strike. I guess I could do Counter-Strike or League. I'll do League. Wow, that's crazy looking. That's probably a bit much. I'm like, because that's not Jinx. I feel like Jinx has kind of become the default character of League. Do I even know any of these? I was like, that's Echo. I want to say Poppy. And Scarlet. And I don't actually know who that is in the background. I don't play any League. There's some Jinx. That's what I was expecting. And Yasuo. And Blitzcrank, I think. I guess give me this one. Probably should open the image in a new tab. Yeah, there we go, because then it's nice and big, and then I can save it. I mean, I guess that's unique. I really should rename these images, but that's okay. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, this will get faster over time if I keep making these. And seeing how this is really not taking me a ton of time to do, I was really hoping this would be like a day to do all of this stuff. But this is looking increasingly more like it's going to be a couple days to do a video. Because I wanted to focus on development, but I also want to have some kind of video outlet that's... since I don't mess any with clips, and I don't think I'm really going to get a lot of great clips. But I think doing the idea of like a little mini GDC talk is... Okay, so then the most influential, which I don't know if I had like an explanation for what I meant by that. Not really. It's like, maybe we do Roblox in here? I don't know, but it's something like chess. Is also what I would have put in here for like a most influential, is because that's also like the game to look at. Hey, thank you for the follow. Kind of a this is my first time trying to, like I'm trying to throw together like a quick GDC talk so that I can have some YouTube content, but I'm good. I drank a bit too much water. Well, that's probably a good thing, but kind of waiting for the next ad break to run off, but but this is really a I'm trying to get back into doing YouTube stuff because my YouTube has been neglected for quite a long time, and I didn't really well, it's just because of the fact that it's like I sort of liked doing the videos. It was just the script process and then the actual like making the video part. When was my last proper video? Yeah, it just took forever to make the script and then to make the stuff to go in the video, and it's just been recently I'm like, can I do like a quick GDC talk kind of thing and then just crank out some content? Because I do kind of like those videos. Like, I like Arlo, like Topic Arlo, who just rambles about whatever the news topic is. It's like, those are great videos. Those, you know, don't... Yeah, there we go. There's a Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct this Wednesday. Ooh. Well, that's good to know. I'm actually... It's like one of those... I might watch that, but... Oh, yeah, I'm totally down to check out a game. Yeah, I believe I said, if you've got stuff, I would love to check it out. Yeah, that's... I think it technically says if you're a creative, show me what you got. But yeah, these are quick, like, 10-minute talk videos, and I'm like, I do like watching that. Which is why I was hoping to do, like, my own little 10-minute talk videos. This has taken me almost 2 hours to set up. I mean, it's not too bad, though. To get, like, essentially what would be, like, a 10-minute video in 2 hours, it's not too bad. Okay, I might throw chess on here just to... I guess this is supposed to be about video games, but... if we're talking, like, most influential games and most... I don't know that chess has made a ton of money. I guess it is... has sold quite a bit, so... Fun little quick game with some storyline. A little glitchy sometimes, but just make sure to check the settings before playing. That's a neat wallpaper. That's kind of cool. Don't look away. So that... it's a horror game. Well, because it doesn't look like an itch.io link. Is that... I'm not familiar with the... Okay, wait, so what is the game called? Instead of just clicking on the link, I might... I was gonna say, yeah, that's... The link looks a little weird there. So... it's not because for some reason the images don't load on the... So what was the name of the game, though? Because I could just Google it. The link looks a little weird and I don't entirely trust it. But, I don't entirely know how to vet it, but... Oh, Don't Look Away is the name of the game. Yeah, okay. Okay, don't look away. Don't hug me, I'm scared. Don't look away. Yeah, I was gonna say, you could, yeah, send it as a itch.io link. Just because I'm not entirely familiar with the... It just looks a little funky like that. If it is just itch.io, then I would be a little more, a little less hesitant on clicking it. It's funny how it Every time somebody puts itch.io, it tries to link it in the thingamabob. Using WebSim to host the game. Also, if you're looking for something that is a unique title, this is not it. Scared Viper, then, I guess? Okay, yeah, looking at the name didn't... Okay, I need to piss. Feel free to throw the another link in there, but I gotta pee. I will be back. Okay, I was a little confused here. Just like, wait a second, this is a different game there. Since the game that I was going to send isn't written right in the web browser on itch. So just the favorite game that you made that works in itch. What is the... Okay, so that was the link with WebSim. Okay. It's the WebSim link just does look kind of weird. Registered 13 days ago? Let's see, that's looking iffy to me. Okay, so what was the game again? Why isn't I going to like a profile? Or it's going to a, not a dev profile there, but... Okay. I'm just getting a little distrustful of what looks like AI things and an account that was made 13 days ago and a WebSim link that I'm not familiar with is just, yeah, okay, I already looked at it, but... Oh, okay, so it's stuff made. So it is AI stuff. Okay. So is there a WebSim homepage? Well, it's the dashes in the page there that makes it look iffy. Yeah, these extra dashes are like, that just does not look like a trustworthy link there. So. Oh, okay, made most of the games in GDevelop and using it for hosting the games. Okay, so now from here, if I look for something like Beatscape, or Don't Look Away, I suppose. Okay, that's not good. Okay, this is another one of those, like, let's just... there we go. I could throw it on that, and then... The other one that was suspicious, where it immediately showed not safe for work stuff. This one hasn't done anything evil for the first few minutes of trying it out. Well, that's good to know. But if the other ones say doing not safe for work stuff, that's... It's weird that you sound like a person, and all these links just look iffy as heck. So... Yeah, I guess I would want to make sure that the audio is not working either, but... But thank you for vetting the links a little bit. My trying to be a little more a little less naive, I suppose. At any rate, web sim looks a little iffy. Well, and like I said, it's the fact that it's an account from 13 days ago. It's like that also is iffy, so. The other one was posted by someone else a while ago, the Flappy Bird game. I get why you're distrust. Like I said, you sound like a real person, but all the stuff you sent me is suspicious. I mean, I did my annual training recently too. I was like, oh, gotta watch out for them links. They want to get you. It's just, it's weird that, yeah, okay, it's a member registered 13 days ago with a user account and not a dev account. And it's also partially on the web sim. Like web sim looks a little iffy too. It's the .ai with the dashes in the middle of the thing. Just looks iffy. So. Okay, I mean at this point I'm like, could play this through itch.ai on the web browser, the Beatscape game. See, but now Phil scared me that that's like some sort of not safe for work thing. Which I'm not opposed to, but Twitch is opposed to, so... and I would like to keep the account, the Twitch stuff going, so... Where did that go? Yeah, I was like, which one was the not safe for work thing? The one from a while ago was. Oh, okay, you say the first link, the don't look away. The web sim one. You're saying the web sim one was iffy, but the Beatscape one was fine. So, I guess... Yeah, which still does this web sim thing. Wolf Tech Games Department, Wolf Tech Innovations. It's just, it's iffy looking system they got here. Not on it's not on you for making it in their system, but their system just does not, it just looks iffy as heck. Oh, this is just Geometry Dash. Oh. It has to load the level again? Okay, see, this looks... there we go. Okay, so let's kill the music, and then I can actually try this now that this looks a little less suspicious. Okay, because now I'm half expecting it to jump scare me with something that's like, maybe I shouldn't show it on stream. But again, the trust is there until it's not, so... Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, yeah, you seem to have done nothing wrong except send some, which is what looks like funky links, through no fault of your own. Is this a... Oh, okay. So it's kind of a Geometry Dash, kind of a Flappy Bird. And so I have to wait for it to... The fact that there's a loading bar after every single level. Well, that was slightly better. Kind of a neat idea to combine Geometry Dash and Flappy Bird. I'm absolutely terrible at it, and it's not easy to play, but I suppose that's both Geometry Dash and Flappy Bird, so maybe probably not a valid complaint necessarily. Like, you know, very visually simple, but that's also geometry. Well, I guess Geometry Dash is a layer of, like... I could see some attempt with the particles to make it look interesting. I could have double jumped. Okay, I'm good. That one's heckin' simple. Not bad, and I do think the combination is a neat idea. So... Yeah, okay, not a Flappy Bird related game. The movement reminds, or it looks kind of like a Geometry Dash, and it feels kind of like a Flappy Bird. So, yeah, okay, it looks safe and seems safe for Twitch. Yeah. So it has multiplayer kind of, and still working on it. It's very buggy right now. Yeah, okay. Okay, and I think I'm going to skip the other link just because WebSim is iffy as heck. And also, I'm not a horror person, so I don't know that I would be a great judge of that kind of game anyway. It's just, it's not my kind of thing. I've attempted a horror game once or twice, but yeah, not a... Yeah, I don't mind checking it out, but WebSim is a little iffy, and so the fact that it has to reload the level every time is also kind of... Oh, okay, made the soundtrack for Beatscape yourself. Okay. Yeah, it did seem like a nice, simple little beat in there, too. My couple attempts at music myself have been not super impressive. Okay. And also just heckin' dumb. Like, one of them was just a bunch of sound effects that I found that were, like, related. So I'm like, hey, let's mash these all up into something super dumb, so. Oh, because just search up the Beatscape soundtrack on YouTube. No, after playing it and stuff, it seems like you're an actual person, but... Like I said, some of it is just it was also the account time. The fact that the account had only been around for, you know, 10 days, 11 days, or whatever, 13, yeah, it said 13 days. The fact that the account had only been around for 2 weeks also raised some red flags. Yeah, okay, but this looks like a real YouTube account. Just all sorts of random nonsense. Hell yeah, that's a real YouTube account. Yeah, okay, from 2 months ago. Are these like AI songs, or are these actual attempts at music? Yeah, because it looks like the Beatscape thing is also maybe an AI image too. Yeah, you might want to think about because this also goes to Wolf Tech Innovations. That's like put it all under one brand, all under one umbrella there. Okay, real music recorded with the band, and the band's just some friends. Well, it's because this looks like an AI image of a raccoon, maybe. Kind of hard to tell. See, that's the sad thing, is I'm like, that sounds like a real guitar. That sounds like real music, but AI's getting to the close enough. That... Okay, see, now this is fire. This it's dumb enough that I'm like, okay, no, this has to be a person, right? This is AI's just gonna confuse everything, though. Oh, okay. Product called Cyber, which is the operating system. Interesting. Yeah, okay, but the music video is using AI because you can't make music videos in the slightest. Yeah, but the one issue with using AI for making the video is that, like, oh, is the whole thing AI? Is the question there, so. Okay. Yeah, that was the one fear about trying to put together a presentation on stream, is that it would also be distractions, but. Oh wait, and then can I just put this in the background as music, or is it going to... Yeah, they got rid of their play all. I was like, I just want to play everything, you goof. And then it says, nah, you can't. I can listen to the Beatscape soundtrack, at least, I guess. So. Hello, hello. I'm trying desperately to finish this little presentation here, and it's just not happening. I kind of was afraid that was going to happen, but we're going to try. It's also because I don't know exactly, because like best selling would be something in Grand Theft Auto. Highest grossing, I don't know, I could probably put a mobile game here too. Because Minecraft is also on mobile. Okay, wait, highest grossing mobile game is in fact... Is it, presentation looks nice so far. Yeah, this is me just trying to slap something together fairly fast. I've done like 1 or 2 other presentations. Like, it's not a thing I've done frequently, and I've been out of college for quite a while, so I haven't done that in a while either. But yeah, this was a previous one that I put together, but it was looking at the other GDC talks that are like, yeah, okay, no, that's pretty simple, that's pretty basic. That's also what they have. So okay, but highest grossing mobile game, which one is it? I know there's a few. Or I guess it doesn't really matter, I could kind of put anything there, but... Oh, you do have a playlist containing everything in the everything section. Yeah, this is what I do on like SoundCloud and stuff sometimes too, where I'm like, yeah, I just play everything as a... Oh, yeah, okay, there is the play all button. You can play all the soundtracks, but you have to have a playlist, because I think I was looking at another one that was like you have to have a playlist to be able to play all. But yeah, Minecraft is the highest grossing game, raking in the most money. I was trying to find highest grossing mobile game, but presentation is going to be for YouTube. This is me trying to do some kind of YouTube content by making a little, essentially MIDI GDC presentation, and then doing it on stream, and then putting it on YouTube, so that I have some kind of content somewhere that's instead of stream content that is not the easiest to. Okay, that's Honor of Kings. Give me Candy Crush. Maybe Candy Crush is the yeah, I was gonna say Monster Strike is, I guess, fallen a little bit, but. Okay, yeah, I already have a MOBA in there. Give me Candy Crush. Despite the fact that that's not necessarily the most accurate as to the game that's made the most money, but I have 5,000 tabs open. This is only part of the tabs that you can see. Yeah, so, if you think this is 5,000 tabs, so... What about most downloaded? Okay, what image do I want to... Give me this one, I guess. Oh, and then you're gonna do something like that. Okay, I'm gonna be this then. Yeah, and that's what I was saying here. It's like the music actually doesn't sound too bad, but when I see AI stuff, I think that it's AI stuff. So I would agree with the sentiment that like AI is a useful tool. I think AI, at least right now, is very much in the stage of like you can use it in inspiration, and you can use it for stuff that's not like like forward facing. If you have to use AI, I think trying to avoid, like, I don't know, I'm using it a little bit for code, but I also just get frustrated with it, so I don't know where I'm at in terms of using AI. It's one of those things that I feel like I want to use more just to know what it is, because it's just such a big deal right now, and that I think it is going to continue to be like an absolute huge deal. Like, I think it's not going to be like NFTs where it's just going to disappear after some time. I'm pretty sure that AI is going to be a very impactful thing in the future, but as of right now, it still feels a little iffy. So, and I guess I could look at most downloaded as well, just out of curiosity. But I want to say it's something like Roblox, but we'll see. Yeah, okay, it's gonna give me best-selling games. Yeah, okay, take an extra 45 minutes to do the music videos, but... Well, that's the thing, is, like, why do you need a music video? If it is just music, you don't necessarily need a music video, you just need, like, a picture. So... Yeah, I don't think there's that much non-AI stuff anymore because companies are heavily leaning into it. Yeah, Microsoft Copilot, for example, which is built into Windows 11. Well, I think the stuff about AI right now is that it's still pretty easy to spot. It's still, it's fairly easy to spot. It's a little bit iffy. Like there are some that I'm like I didn't immediately tag that as AI, and it's just gonna get better and better, or at least they say it's gonna get better and better. I know there's Gary Marcus just keeps going on and on about like we need something more than just whatchamacallit, but yeah, it taken like 4 hours to make one video and it absolutely sucked. I mean, it doesn't take that. It should, at least it shouldn't take that long to put a picture into a video editing software and have the picture go across the whole thing. But and that's the thing, like this presentation here is taking me 2 hours, over 2 hours. It's probably going to take me 3 or 4 hours to do this whole thing, despite the fact that it's pretty simple. But it's my first time doing this in quite a while, and I'm, admittedly distracted. So it gets faster the more you do it. So I guess it's PUBG and Pac-Man. Really? Pac-Man is the most played game by player count. As of when? 2024. Huh? What do you mean as of? You say 2022 here, but then it's 2024? This just does not seem to be a great list. Most downloaded games seems to be pretty close to a lot of this other stuff, though, so it's not a super useful metric. So... It takes like 30 minutes to do the picture method, but that's still like 30 minutes I could have been focusing on something else. That seems off to me. Having done a little bit of video editing, it's 30 minutes to put in some music and a picture and then, have those match up. That seems way off to me. Like, I don't think I don't remember what I downloaded as a new video editing software, which I should probably figure out. Yeah, okay, DaVinci Resolve. But I think even in DaVinci Resolve that I don't even know how to do. I'm pretty sure just dragging an audio and a photo will take me like, 5 minutes at most. But... why did it pick a random thing from the middle here, and why is it not still playing? Feel free to play. Because I was kind of curious to just... Oh, because you're doing it on mobile. Okay. I mean, but something like TikTok. There's at least like TikTok, you can put it together a video pretty quick. And then I think you can put that on... whatchamacallit? YouTube. Fairly easily. Also, that sounds like you might want to invest in something that'll be faster too. I suppose that's why you're using AI, is because that feels like it's faster, but at least me personally, I think it's giving you the wrong vibe. It's giving you the vibe of this is all AI generated, when, you know, listening to it, it does not sound like AI. So. Oh, I kind of use CapCut, but it still takes a while. Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with CapCut, but I can't imagine that... It just seems odd to me that they wouldn't let you put a picture into there and then drag it to the end easily. But I don't know CapCut, so... But, okay, I get... The whole thing was just that, like, when you put an AI photo here, it definitely... I guess this one does not look like as... Oh no, so made with Suno, which was that's an AI thing, right? Yeah, I was gonna say investing in even a cheap PC will be helpful for a lot of stuff. Yeah. Wait, so does Suno do just the music video thing, or does it? Because I thought Suno was the like it generates all of it. Yeah, YouTube has started recommending me the occasional, like, AI thing. And it was like, it's still at the point of, like, this is not... It works as background music, but I'm like, I think I'd rather listen to actual music as background music. Okay. Lock in, lock in. I want to finish at least some of this. Okay. So, are you not going to close here? Here we go. Yeah, okay, it does generate a song and you can export it directly. Okay, investing in a PC soon that's gonna have a whole bunch of stuff in it. I need to do the same thing. This PC is 7 years old, and I was thinking in the next, like, month or two, I want to get a new computer finally. Because it's one of those things of, like, I don't feel like I need a new computer, but Windows is like, yeah, we're going to stop supporting Windows 10. So I'm like, okay, that sounds like a good enough excuse. Okay, so that was the competition. Okay, this, I think... Okay, because I kind of want to blow this up into its own, like... I don't know. Can I do just bigger fonts? There we go. So then can I do something like that? Or is that going to be something like that? Let's draw the player in, not drawing the player in. I guess keep the player playing. Ah, shoot. That just sounds a little odd, but I guess I'll just keep that for now. Oh, and this was just a matter of I had one piece here for highest grossing, then I had most impactful, and then I didn't have a third thing, despite the fact that it feels like it needs a third thing. Didn't realize it was still on Windows 10. Yeah, no, it's still all crammed in the corner here. It's still Windows 10 there, so... What are the dashes between the first pairs of words for? Oh. This was supposed to be most impactful is appealing, which is stuff like graphics, accessible with just stuff like gameplay and memorable with just stuff like story. I don't know that that's really... I guess I can get rid of those dashes there. It's... oops. So I guess I could do like an equal, but it's not necessarily equals. But it's kind of that same sort of idea, is that like... I don't know. This almost feels like it just needs to be its own slide or its own talk or something. But this is me trying to determine what it like an impactful game being one that like the graphics get copied, or the gameplay gets copied, or the story gets copied, or the storytelling gets copied or something. Well, bye. See you later. Well, and is this also Suno still? Okay, and I think I am giving it a good... I'm giving it a try. It is just bouncing. YouTube is just bouncing me between random songs. I didn't say random, but it just decided, here you go, here's whatever. I thought it would give me like Beatscape or something, but nah. Just here's random nonsense. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to that. Could generate a 3D model using AI, or could go into Blender and make something worse in a longer amount of time. But in the end, using AI, I'll never learn how to use Blender. And if I keep using Blender, I'll get better at some point, surpass the AI 3D models, while having full artistic freedom. Yeah, no, that's why I continue to struggle with my worst my worst products, is because I don't know if it's ever going to be better. I think AI is going to outstrip my ability to do stuff, but I think it's a matter of taste. It's a matter of the more I'm able to fully tweak it to exactly what I want it to be, or at least as close as I can get it, as opposed to like talking to an AI to get it to that point. I think struggling in making something bad will give you a better sense of like how to make something better than if you have something that's pretty good and you just kind of stick with that. Well, and I think me personally, I like the flaws in a thing. That's why I play jam games and all that other stuff, is because it's like, you can see that this was a person trying to make a thing. When it's just an AI that made a thing. It's just an AI that made a thing. I guess it's a lot harder to get a personality and a message across in something that is just generated. As much as I love procedural generation. That's like... But I think there is a difference between the AI generation that is an algorithm that we don't understand versus an algorithm that, like, I personally made. Like, I would still consider Minecraft pretty handcrafted, despite the fact that it's using an algorithm, just because the algorithm was handcrafted. Okay, so give me like a screenshot of Minecraft. Or, wait, do I have my screenshot of my gnome somewhere? But, so, Minecraft. God balls. Stay with me. Stay with me. Won't ya? I didn't click skins. I said specifically, not the skin version. Just the Minecraft. Seen the gnome model and the blemier. I don't remember what that is, but I believe I've seen it, yeah. I've tasted it in... Yeah. I've taken a decently long break from last time using Blender, but feel like I'm not terrible anymore. Yeah, as much as I've struggled with Blender, I do feel like when I was able to just whip out the little, like, I'm still very proud of the little guy that I made, the little ball guy that I made. Yeah, the Octofly, if it would load. Okay, I'm trying, I'm trying to finish. I think I just want a screenshot of Minecraft, honestly. No, can you give me a screenshot of... Do I have a screenshot of Minecraft lying around somewhere? I have a video of... Can I drag that in? Do I know? Oh, the medieval stomach face creature. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, that sounded familiar. Yeah, that's why it sounded familiar. Oh boy. That's an old video, which should be in old video stuff, which is like... Oh boy. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to find that. It'd be great if I could do the video of me making my gnome in Minecraft, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to find that. At least not right now. I'm not gonna go poking around for it. But okay. So I want to throw a placeholder Minecraft picture in there. Yes. Let's just throw a placeholder Minecraft picture in there. Dadgummit. Okay, open the image in a new tab, and then can I save the image? Yeah, nope, that's not a JPEG. That's not a PNG. Bugger off. I don't want to steal somebody's super fancy Minecraft. Just give me like the basic Minecraft logo. Is this gonna be it? Yeah, okay, that's something I can use at least to fill in here. Okay, and then Minecraft 2 being fancier voxels. So actually, give me... Shoot, there is another. Start with graphics, draw the player, and reveal novelty. Yeah, this slide's a bit confusing. Yeah. That's no, I realize this one is, like I said, I feel like this is something I just need to make its own talk even. I was just trying to like. So this is probably something I could just save off somewhere else and do. Like. So I could just leave that as most impactful. Yeah, okay, highest grossing, most impactful, and so I'm at 28 points. And I don't know what I want to do for a third thing, but it just feels kind of silly to have two that are just saying money and culture, essentially. Do 24. Yeah, it just feels like there needs to be a third thing here. Okay, and then... Okay, how about voxel games? Because I know there is a game that is a... With all this salt in my wounds. Is it gonna tell me? Is it, yeah, okay, there's voxel tactics. There's a voxel RPG thing that was kickstarting somewhat recently. That I can't think of the name. And I want to say something like Void, but that's... I don't think that's right either. Okay, so voxel RPG Kickstarter? Yeah, okay, that's the... Cube World and stuff. Stone Hearth. Gosh dang it. Okay, so... Voxel RPG Kickstarter? Ugh, gee, thanks. Yeah, graphics, accessibility, story, and then talk briefly about each. Yeah, I think that, like I said, I think it is just a matter of simplifying the kind of ideas there too. No, Valoran is not it either. Here, Voxile. That's what I was thinking of. I was just thinking of a screenshot of Voxile. It might work as... If also, partially just because of the fact that this, I don't think, has done super well. Did this kickstart? Yeah, a Voxile re-reveal gameplay trailer. Okay, but it did hit its Kickstarter. Yeah, but I don't think it was doing, like, super... Well, yeah, it's sitting in mixed. That was very much why I was thinking of Voxile. Because to me, this hits the, like, here's Minecraft, but with more voxels kind of thing. But it's struggling compared to Minecraft. Also thought about making something for more YouTube tutorial videos because the tutorials end up being the most viewed things. Yeah, and that's also why I'm calling this how to make a Minecraft killer. Is because of the, like, the guide aspect of it. Helps. Yeah, at the same, both of the videos that I have that are the most viewed are, like, how to. I don't think those are the, like, most sustainable. I think it's kind of gonna get exhausting to do just a bunch of how-to videos, but they are doing well right now. Thought I'm making a virtual environment in Unreal where I could film myself. And being able to point at stuff, having a virtual media player with recorded gameplay I would use to explain stuff. Wouldn't have to animate everything, and the microphone on the VR headset is better audio quality than the actual mic. Well, I mean, that's entirely like Philian. I think there's a few different VTubers that do the, like, you know, here's just me in a studio, essentially. So... Okay, so we do, like... Oh, and I might actually just write that idea down here, too, so... Impactful is in terms of... graphics, accessibility, story. Yeah, I wanted this to be quick, and this is taking me all day just to get the presentation made, let alone actually recording anything for it. I guess it is only 8:30, but... Okay, so give me Super Smash Bros. As a thing. I'll do GDC talks. Do super well on YouTube. I don't think they have... Hang on, let me save it. Ah, dadgummit. How about the one on Reddit? No, that looks like somebody's thing they made. Hey, I made it all the way to 8:30 though. Okay, you gonna let me save this one? Oh, hell yeah. Dude, the virtual environment would also allow me to use a Minecraft stick as a pointing stick when doing a Minecraft tutorial, or fits whatever else I'm talking about. Yeah, see, that's sort of what I was trying to get at with this too. It's just like, yeah, just quick little mini GDC talks, or at least just like a quick. And part of it is just to start a discussion and stuff too. It's not necessarily like, oh, I want to get across like some exact information. It's just sort of a, especially with the title of like how to make a Minecraft killer is a bold title. To say like, oh, you could take down the biggest game ever. I doubt it, but yeah, Unreal would allow you to add random things, but it's potential future stuff. Yeah, have you ever seen Woody Devs? Woody Dev. I don't think he's posted anything in a while, but Woody Devs, I guess. Yeah, and yeah, he hasn't posted anything in a while. And he has like a second channel that I think he was doing stuff with. But yeah, he was doing the like, here's my Unreal avatar with a mocap studio and everything. It's funny that he did an exact like virtual version of himself. Feels like what I did. I don't have a big white fluffy beard, but everything else is pretty accurate to myself. Yeah, my hair's not white and my beard's not huge. But other than that, I need to start making tutorials too. Well, for me, it's really just a matter of like, I don't. The stuff on YouTube lives the longest. It's like I still get views on videos on YouTube. I don't think I get views on anything else. I guess possibly itch.io, but even there it doesn't convert into like fans. That is just somebody that clicked on a thing. Yeah, these are all from my link tree. That's like all of the links from the link tree. Back in 2009. Oh wait, let's look at the analytics on here too. But yeah, it is the one video I did about whatchamacallit. But I had fun putting together the videos. It was just the like writing out the script and doing that whole thing was a lot. Yeah, this is one of those things where I whipped together a video in a 3-minute video that was like I just talked in front of a screen for a while. I guess I could do that too, because I think I set that up here. The green screen one? No, this one? No, this one? No, this that up. No, not that either. Huh. I guess I don't. I'd have to reset it up. I wonder if that's like OBS versus Streamlabs when I went back to OBS. That's what I wanted to look at. What was my analytics? Yeah, it's still the I Made a Jackbox game. 65 views for the whatever duration it was. Yeah, this is a surprising one to me. It's my second most viewed one. It's my Line Rider VR fan game trailer. Yeah, but the fact that I'm still getting subscribers and stuff, like I haven't put in hardly any effort since the like first batch of videos. And I'm sitting at 100 subscribers, I think. Yeah, I liked most of the process of doing YouTube, except for the recording the script part. So that's why I was trying to do this. Yeah, okay, so you hadn't heard of Woody Devs. But yeah, like if you're thinking of, you're gonna all start making tutorials. And yeah, see, I'm not thinking tutorials though. I'm thinking more like, well, I was thinking, just sort of crazy experiments of like, hey, let's fill a house with letters until it explodes, kind of thing, in a virtual sense. But I'm like, since I keep trying to work on a game, I'm like, okay, can I take an aspect of a game that I'm working on and then turn that into just a quick talk? That's really what this whole experiment was. And at least this is telling me that I'm getting discussion out of it. That was kind of the goal, was to just get people talking in general, so. Okay, so can I move you down a little bit? Not really? Or, yes? Seems to have been a lot moved down, but there we go. So then I can squeeze in something like Super Smash Bros. And then give me the Final Fantasy Magic one. I'm gonna make a daily game. I'm gonna have it open to the public on the 22nd for testing. It's called Estimate Me. You estimate stuff. I'm thinking of the, I was just at King's Dominion, riding the rides there, and they had, because I know that's the carnival thing of guessing your height and weight, and I did walk past that. I'd be really curious, because I did reveal my age when I was at work. There was a new guy that started who was like just out of college, and I was like, I feel kind of out of place. I'm like 10 years older than that. And my coworker was like, what? I thought you were like early 20s. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm 33. I'm a secret old. I'm not old, I'm a secret old. Nobody knows I'm actually old. Why are these all shiny? Also, do they not have like a logo? This Magic Final Fantasy. Yeah, all the videos were unscripted, just started recording and went and I'll fix it in post. I did that for one video and it didn't entirely work for me, which is why I was scripting videos for a while, but then that just slowed down the process enough that I didn't do it. So I just like stopped doing YouTube videos. So, and seeing how I like streaming so much, I'm like, okay, what is a format that works with streaming? So I figured, okay, let's try doing a talk and see if that works. That's the thing, is I'm like, I think I might get a little nervous and maybe not even end up with something here either, but because I haven't actually done the talk to go along with this, but we'll see. Because I did kind of do this impromptu talk with the one of my game dev groups, where I just kind of slapped some stuff together. I feel like this came together quicker than this thing is coming together, but I felt like I slapped this together fairly quickly and had fun doing it. So that's what I was hoping to do here, just to try this again. People think the same about you too. Fellow secret old. Okay, so you were going for the like carnival guessing game? Guess the height and weight. Although I tend to be bad at those. Like angle, I keep guessing like under the angle. And like I have to like add a good like 10 to 15 degrees on whatever I think it actually is to get close. It's gotten me so that I'm more consistently getting the angle, but it's taking me like 4 guesses to guess it. Okay, so then this is... Can I just do an image of a ball? Do I want to just grab an image off of here or nah? Number 1 most viewed video is not a tutorial. Number 2 was a tutorial on how you made the thing in the most viewed, and 3 was another tutorial about things in a similar vein. Why is that the image? Seems kind of odd. The lighting in there is like here's kind of a creepy looking image. Really? We have to do an AI version of balls? You didn't even get the lines on the basketball right. This is one of the first images. We're cooked. Seeing stuff like that, so it's not that hard to take an image of a ball. Speaking of, I think I do want to just kind of do... Just give it to me here. I don't want to do a build, though. I could do a snip. Okay, so do a... new scene, there we go. Actually, that is kind of what I'm looking for there. It's just a basic scene with a thing in it. Some of like the Fermi questions. You mainly need to get the magnitude correct. Yeah, image search is crazy because of the AI slop, just looking directly at Wikimedia to avoid it. Yeah, and we'll see if it, because I know there was I don't know if it's like fear or hope, depending on the person, of the AI would just eat its own tail in terms of just generating the AI image would just use itself to then generate an image to then look terrible. Okay, and I have ball here. What even is this? I don't know what this thing is. The geometry? I do want the ground though. Keep the platform. Other way around. Actually, wait. There's a stand. Get rid of the stand. No. Yo, what the heck? Yo, what the heck? Why does... Yo, what the heck? Why does this ball have so many parts to it? Yo, what the heck? Yo, what the heck? Maybe nah. Yo, what the heck? Bugger off. Bugger off. Okay, so that was my ball that I put there. Okay. I kind of do want just a very bland, boring image. It's not supposed to be. Ask ChatGPT about Google's VO3, and either it was imagining stuff or we'll end up seeing VO3 generated videos integrated into YouTube Shorts. Oh no. Yeah, Instagram has pushed some AI stuff to me, but it just looks so weird. I mean, some of that's intentional, some of that is like, hey, let's make this weird, like, blob of a human that, like, just intentionally, just really weird stuff. But so far, it still looks very off to me. This feels more like I should just open up Blender and get a default ball and then get a rendering in there. I don't need a fancy rendering. But I want it to look a little better than oh, hey, excuse me. Why does that look like a shadow here? But when I looked at it in the build, it was like, let's turn it to pixels. Okay, Blender, where you at? When's the last time I messed with Blender? It's gonna be completely buried under all those demos. The number of marbles you can fit in a bathtub. Jeez, I would be very off on that one. I went and bought a bunch of balls. I have a bunch of marbles. I have a couple golf balls now. I have some ping pong balls. I was just like, I want to get some stuff to record Foley with. Just to record sounds and things. Plus, I'm like, I'll have fun. I could play with a ping pong ball or a golf ball somehow. Like, I feel like I'll get some use out of it beyond just recording sound effects for something. I do have a lot of stuff that I got for, like, if I just want to make a board game. I just have a lot of pieces of things just to have to make stuff. Oh no! I did one button and I still didn't get it right. How about just a UV sphere? That's the easiest. And then smooth shade. And then take me to rendering. No. I thought there was a nicer, fancier place that you could... Oh. There we go, okay. Yeah, this is how I got that other... Need a plane though. I need it to be sitting on something. I didn't need it to be in edit mode. There we go. Okay, so give me Shift A, and then we do a plane. There we go. And then make it bigger. Size like 200. I want this to be massive. There we go. Okay, and then the sphere. Move you up by a bit. Wow, I'm getting more confident with Blender. It feels good. It feels good, man. Okay, now we go into shading. Do some weird experiment on Unreal again. Do like the giant gnomeable made out of tiny gnomables. Filling a bathtub with a bunch of soft body gnomes. That'd be incredible too. Yeah, it's funny to me that actually, like, I didn't inadvertently mean to snag that as a image, a thumbnail. I didn't mean to make it a YouTube thumbnail, but one of them, it just happened to work out, and then people click on it. So it is an evocative image. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, 128 views. Based on the thumbnail and based on... Which is kind of crazy to me. I guess it's the title and thumbnail are working in that case. Okay, so... Actually, where's that sitting in terms of... That's my... It's in my top 10. My top 10 most viewed videos. Based purely on the, here's a bunch of me. So, thank you for that. I know that was not the intention, but it's kind of hilarious that, it worked out like that. Okay, so I was trying to make a ball on a plane. So that didn't really work out rendering. Shoot, I'm thinking I don't know how to actually do the rendering part of Blender. Row. Okay, I guess I won't mess with that. Okay, so do I have... So, give me like Earth. Is there good Earth? Get a good video of a bathtub full of soft body gnomes for a thumbnail. Well, see, and that's what makes me want to do the like crazy YouTube experiments of like, hey, let's do like what, like, because it's a lot of these ideas here too, or like let's make factories for like candy or knives or pretzels or something. Yeah, like a soda factory. I thought it would be fun to like you just take a soda bottle and you generate all sorts of different labels for all the different sodas. Because I know they do that with whatchamacallit? Rocket Fizz. Rocket Fizz has all sorts of sodas. But this would be a whole lot of fun if I could focus on not making games and actually just focus on making fun little projects instead. But, okay, I just need an image of a ball. In this case, give me an image of the Earth. Earth-free stock photo. There we go. A picture of our planet is in fact... Hey, it is free Earth stock photo. Yeah, open Blender, forget everything. Panic and close Blender. Pretty much. Well, except for the close Blender part. Well, I guess I did close Blender. I didn't close it yet. I just minimized it. I never learned how to do the rendering part of it. That was the part of it. Okay, so there. I feel like that hits pretty hard in terms of the presentation here. It'll go from, you know, what is a Minecraft killer? Go through some definitions of what that could be. Then go through the competition and say, okay, here's what you could make. Here's what could try to take down Minecraft. And then it hits with, here's my answer. Minecraft doesn't have the balls. Oh, it's true. Yeah, it is 3 a.m. But goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun sleeping. I should... Speaking of which, it's like, wait a second, it's 9 o'clock. Gee whiz. This did take a lot longer than I thought, and I'm still not entirely happy with it. I feel like it just needs to have another ball in here. Can't just have this. It needs to have another ball. Oh, and then I'm missing a thing that I had here, which was... But yeah, I do think something could make more money. That's really what it is. Killing another game is unproductive. Okay. Well, and this is one of those things. I probably do want to have this actually written out, not necessarily just. Okay, maybe not here. I lied. Maybe we just copy this, and okay, you copy paste. There we go. So we get rid of you. Nope. Get rid of you, and then we get rid of. There we go. We separate them out. That's true. It has cubes. Well, that is the physics of the balls. It's also partially the. But what is killing a game? And that's from the. Shoot, you. But that comes from like the WoW killer. It was a thing like with MMOs where they said, "Oh, this is gonna be the next WoW killer. Like this is gonna take down whatever big incumbent, whatever it is." Yeah, I guess that's not as big of a deal now, but. Yeah, the real WoW killer, World of Warcraft killers. I guess it is a little more related to WoW, but I mean, the killing is, I think, just the dethroning of a game in terms of most amount of money and stuff. Okay, the vertical centering is really what I want there. Okay, killing another game is unproductive, but I do think something can make more money. And then I gotta show Plunk. That's the other thing in here. Okay, I want another ball in here. It's interesting, because this feels like the editing process of like a YouTube video or something. Just with static images. Probably a little less interesting, but... But yeah, I think the killing of WoW was supposed to just be that, like, oh, there's so many, like, dead MMOs and stuff. So it was a matter of, like, oh, something's gonna be bigger than WoW and then kill it. Just gotta hope for that you have diamond hands and you can hodl until you go to the moon. All those, like, crypto financial terms are so funny to me. So... Oh, that's, yeah, it should be every creature. There we go. Every creature loves balls. Okay, this is making me think I need to do a read through of this. How to make a Minecraft killer by me. What is a killer? I should probably keep the same capitalization here. So, highest grossing. And there should probably be pictures of highest grossing. Yeah, well, shoot. I guess I'll have to come back and finish this tomorrow, but I guess I still have to do the actual presentation and stuff, too. I was just hoping this would be a single day, a single 3-hour chunk, and it's like, no, looks like it's gonna be 2. Well, okay, but at least for this first attempt at this, I'm hoping that with time and with effort I can cut it down, so. Say dethrone. Like I said, the reason I was using killer was simply because of, like, WoW killer. It's that eye-catching piece of it is really what I was attempting to do there. But yeah, I could do dethrone in there somewhere. Oh, especially because I say what is already competing for the crown. So. Well, and I think it's vaguely supposed to be that it's like regicide. You're supposed to kill the king and then become the king. Is the idea there? I mean, I am feeding into the language of kind of, not capitalism, but, colonialism, there we go. It is kind of feeding into that language, but it's also supposed to be as appealing as I can make it on YouTube, but I think doing something, you know, violent with the title as opposed to dethrone. I don't know exactly where I would throw a dethrone. I like that idea, especially just because it's who's already competing for the crown. So. Talking about genocide? No, regicide. Regicide is king killing. Yeah, the action of killing a king. A person who kills or takes part in killing a king. So yeah, regicide, not genocide. Yeah, different words, for sure. Okay. Oh, but also talking about colonialism. Well, it's like it was really just talking like violent language, or it's like hyperbolic language of like I guess it's really just going off of the WoW killer thing. It's really what it was. It's the MMOs kept saying, "Let's what can kill WoW," kind of thing. That's really all I was trying to feed into there. Yeah, provocative language. It's provocative. Gets the people going. I don't even know what it's from. I think it's from something with Will Ferrell in it. Okay, well, I'll have to fill that. It's bedtime. It's 9 o'clock. I'm clearly tired. Whew. Anchorman. It probably is Anchorman. It's provocative. Yeah, it's because I haven't watched any of the Anchorman films. And Blades of Glory. It's actually Blades of Glory? Interesting. And that one I might have actually seen. I don't know why in the heck I would have seen it, but I feel like I've seen Blades of Glory. There we go. I was like, where's the music? There we go.
I don't even know what that means. No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets the people going.
Blades of Glory. Okay, I never would have guessed that. I knew it was a Will Ferrell thing. Blades of Glory. That is not a thing I have thought of, like, at all, whatsoever, in a very long time. Okay, So, this was a good experiment that I want to continue. It's just a bit of a bummer that the timeline... Well, this is my first time trying to make a presentation here, so... Remember when that came out? Like I said, I think I've seen Blades of Glory. I don't know why I would have seen Blades of Glory, but I think I have. Because I know in terms of, like, my parents watching comedies and stuff, like a dumb Will Ferrell comedy would be very much like, blech, bad. And I don't think I'm a huge fan. Was that an Adam McKay thing? I think I just immediately associate, like, Will Ferrell comedy with Adam McKay, but I don't know. And now it's back onto another movie tangent or something. Yeah, okay, but he did Anchorman, he did Talladega Nights, he did the other guys. But was he also Blades of Glory, or was it somebody else? That he was a writer on Ant-Man. I didn't remember that at all. Oh yeah, Don't Look Up was the last thing he did. That was pretty meh. They were trying to do a lot with that, and I don't think it entirely worked for me. Didn't watch them, but the siblings watched them. Okay. Okay, wait, so who did Blades of Glory then? Man, I feel like I haven't seen Will Ferrell in quite a while. Not that I seek out Will Ferrell. I'm immediately going to the bottom to look for the filmography of the actor. This is a movie. It shows what I typically look up on Wikipedia. There's filmographies. Will Speck and Josh Gordon. Not familiar to me at all. Nope, no clue. Okay. Clearly, it's bedtime. I'm going to bed. Oh, wait, is there anybody here who, Yeah, I guess I'll come back with a part 2 on this tomorrow to actually do the presentation. Okay, but I still want to add a picture here. I think I still want to add some pictures here. This section needs a little more work still. But I think this is coming together okay with the pictures here. Yeah, so it's going to be front-loaded with, like, you know, what could you do to possibly dethrone Minecraft, and then say, I don't know, this, and then say, nah, maybe that's dumb. You'll hold up the teleprompter. I could sort of do that with my avatar too. Oh yeah, no, I guess with all the stream avatars, if I keep the stream avatars on the bottom here. Although I was thinking of, you know, pulling it up to full screen. So if I do this as a full, yeah, so if I do it full screen, which should make the most sense. I probably should hide the the stream avatars, because they're not going to be adding anything to the presentation here. So there we go. That's what it would look like. Although I could probably put myself in the corner. So I guess that's a good test here too, is if I do this, am I in the way of anything much? Well, and that was another thing, was like with David Shapiro. I think I guess I am covering up the League of Legends. there. So I could swap the placement of those two. So, because I will probably be in the lower right corner. If not, there we go. Okay, so let me do... This was also a good test here. Okay, so let's slide the Minecraft image over too. So I need to remember to keep the bottom right of the slides. I'm a little on top of it. I guess that's okay. Okay, and I'm not in the way there. I'm not in the way there. I'm not in the way there. And not in the way on any of those. Okay, well, that was a good test. Okay, I'm going to bed. It's an ad break anyway. That's why it's... Okay, and I want to double check that there is, in fact... I guess just Oxbot. Unless somebody else is here watching me attempt to put this together. 4? Who are you people? I mean, it's an ad anyway. I should wait until the ad's over, but... I guess if there's 4 people here, we could get up to some nonsense. And by that I mean, I need to go to bed, dadgummit. I should have... This is why I'm supposed to end at 8:30, not earlier. Or 8:30, not later. I didn't mean to click on this. I don't know who this is. And it's gonna just show me an ad anyway. Oh, that feels almost fitting to do Funbase, who's doing Minecraft. If only because I was doing a thing on how to beat Minecraft. Nah, it's too fitting. It's only because I was trying to do a presentation about overcoming Minecraft. He looks like Robert Pattinson so much. I don't know who that actor is, but boy, does he look like Robert Pattinson. Okay, but if there are still, in fact, 4 people here, we can do a raid over to Funbase. Who looks like Funbase is just starting, but we're gonna do it anyway. Okay. Raid. And I will be back tomorrow to finish this presentation. And then I'll be back on Thursday. Oh, well, we'll see. I will try to do more streaming on Thursday because I have the day off. But we'll see if that actually happens. But goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Let's go have fun raiding Alpha because he's playing Minecraft and I was just talking about it, so... Okay, it's there's all this extra, like, I can wait a second before, I always want to think that it's ending the stream, and it's like, no, it's the raid, then you can end the stream. Now I can hit the raid button and say goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. See, I'll finish the presentation tomorrow, hopefully, we'll see. But, bye! And then there's still another step of actually hitting the end stream. Okay, but bye.
Oh God, right away. Hey, Gnome. Man, that song goes so fucking hard. How's it going? What were you working on today? So we have, hey, Ock, the distillery, the witch's oven, the cauldron, this whole altar here with the sword and the wither skull, etc. That was all just to make the fiery unguent. And then we had to make, these we already had. presentation about Minecraft do go on. Flex core, I believe we do not actually have yet. However, I do have the actual flux. It was very easy to make. Killing are you programming the Minecraft killer? And so the last piece of so these things, they take obsidian and yeah, we've got all this crap. That's no problem. I've got flux right here. This will be quick. So the last thing we really need is these modularium ingots, and these modularium ingots require in the alloy smelter iron, obviously no problem, but then dark matter and red matter, and dark matter and red matter both take a ridiculous amount of Aeternalis fuel. So I need 8 of these ingots, which means I need 32 red matter and 96 dark matter. And dark matter is made with block of diamond, again, no problem, but then 8 Aeternalis fuel for 1 dark matter, which means we need something like 700 Aeternalis